Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. We are Millennial Mom. If you don't know who is who, I'm Millennial. This is Mom.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Mom or Kay from Millennial Mom, and today I'm going to talk about 90 Day Fiancé season 10 and 90 Day Fiancé the other way, season 5. So before I get started, just like with any other video, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Hit that like button, leave your comments, and hey, let me know what you think about some of these couples on this season. And actually the 90 Day Fiancé the other way is the season finale was last night's episode. So we're going to be seeing upcoming the 3-part tell-all. All right, so let me get started. So on 90 Day Fiancé season 10 episode 8, it's called Do You Take One Another? And on this season, to remind everybody, we have Sophie and Rob, we have Devin and Nick, Gino and Jasmine, Nikki and Igor, Clayton and Anali, and Manuel and Ashley. And also, too, before I get started, hopefully everyone had a happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays if you celebrated. And if not, hope you had a great week. So thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Hello to Dolores in the chat. Hello to Cynthia in the chat as well, and anybody else coming in. I'm also going to already drop the link for anybody who wants to join live to talk about the episode live with me on the panel. You can if you want to. If not, just go ahead and stay on in the chat and we'll go from there. So let's start with Sophie and Rob. Okay, so hopefully you got to watch the episodes, both of them. Now last night, well, not last night, on their episode, so Sophie and Rob, if you remember from last week's episode, Sophie moved into her own, well, not moved, she went to an Airbnb because she found these videos that was on Rob's phone because, you know, he said he's, you know, he doesn't know who's sending him these messages, but he's still on a what do you call it? A chat website or whatever that sends you links or to whatever. And it was some videos where, you know, Sophie didn't feel comfortable and it was ladies exposing themselves. So, hey, Phil Foster Dog Mom, how are you? And so now that Sophie has went to the Airbnb, Rob has come over to talk to her and he wants to know if Sophie wants to get back together. Now, here's my thing. In production or confessional, Sophie was already talking to Rob, talking to production about how Rob was treating her, how she didn't want to go back to the studio, his place, whatever, because it was dark, it was dingy. This is much nicer. She was even talking to her mom about how Rob treats her and how she doesn't deserve this. And this was actually the second time that Rob has betrayed her trust. And with all this going on, I'm like, so if you want to get away from Rob that bad, because you went to an Airbnb, why did you let him know exactly what your location was? That's the point, to get away, to take time for yourself, right? But no, Sophie answered the text. She let Rob come over, know where she was, and they sat on the couch and they worked through whatever issues that they had. And I'm like, then why bother leaving? But I have to remember, Sophie is 23, and this is probably her first true serious relationship. And so with Rob being older, you know, he could manipulate her into what she should be thinking instead of what she needs to be thinking on her own, if you know what I'm saying. And I just didn't get that whole situation, because if that's all it took was a little bit of sweet talk for Sophie, I'm like, girl, you wasted your time, your energy, and your money. Just me coming from a mom's perspective. That's all I got to say. So Sophie decided that she is going to go back to Rob's place, remember, with no bathroom, to see if they could work it out. Okay, so Rob feels like, in my opinion, that he won. You know, he didn't take an L at all. He won. He got his girl back. And Sophie went, you know, just all like, okay, Rob, you know, when she was just talking smack with a mama in production. I'm just saying, okay. I see you backstage. Let me know when you're ready. So when they get to Rob's house, one of the first things that Rob said to her was like, oh, so now that you're back, you're going to put that ring back on? I'm like, what is this? You know, if you really wanted to have the ring, you should have brought it with you. But why push it on her right now? Okay. Because when y'all was at the Dave and Buster's or wherever you was at, She could even talk to you to sit down, right? She can say nothing to you. And she was like, are you sure you don't want to talk? Are you sure you don't want to, just talk to me for a little bit, for a few minutes, see if we can work things out? And he was like, nope, leave me alone. I need space. So now that she's back at your house, you're like, you going to put that ring back on? So anyways, well, the next day we see Rob taking Sophie to the beach house. Well, to a beach house Airbnb to make her feel more loved, to say that he was sorry. And I'm like, you know what? If you can afford to go to a beach house Airbnb, because stuff like that on the beach isn't cheap. Okay. How come you can't get something better for yourself than what you're living at? The math isn't mathing here for me. It's just not mathing. So Dolores says Sophie's young and learning about relationships. Yes, she is. She definitely is. And she's definitely being manipulated. So I'm going to bring you up backstage. Okay. Are you ready? Okay. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. Oh, and let me say something real quick. Shout out to Tamika. She's had some family things going on in the background. Prayers to her mom and everything. So she'll tell us when she comes in next time around. So shout out, thinking about you. All right. So what do you think about Sophie and Rob? If it was that easy, what'd you leave for in the first place?
Yeah, he didn't even come over there, dude. He basically came over there for one roll, said he was sorry, and then rented out an Airbnb at the beach.
Right.
And just I made sure it had a bathroom. Like,
I want to know, how did you grow up? Did you grow up in the forest amongst the trees? Because he really is making it seem like this bathroom thing is like a big deal. I mean, in America, that's a modern convenience that you've had since, I don't know, the 1900s at least, right?
Right.
So, I'm just saying, way before we were born. So I don't understand what his issue is, but but with him apologizing with the beach house, I mean, it was a nice gesture, but it had to take all this for the gesture. You know what I'm saying? It had to take all this.
Right.
I don't know. I think that Sophie is trying to like hold time or bide her time until her mom come. Because see, that would have been me. I would have been on the phone like, what? Oh, for real? All right, I'll be out there in a couple days.
Right.
So really, I think that's what she's waiting on. I don't necessarily think she's waiting on to say that she's, bisexual coming up, because she hasn't dropped that bombshell. But
I'm just trying to figure out, like, I don't understand why I gave you anxiety to tell him that. Him?
Yeah.
The dude with no bathroom? Like.
Exactly. I don't get it. But she's 23. So I guess for her, it makes sense. It makes sense. All right. So let's move to Devin and Nick. So Devin and Nick are in the States. Now, if any couple came fast, they came back fast. Because like she just got there, right? Like 2 episodes ago. And he's already on the way to the States to meet her.
They had their paperwork together.
That's how you get your paperwork together. But here's the thing. Nick already had a moment of, yeah, am I the only one here that look like me?
Yeah.
I was like, and Nick, you're in Tennessee, right? He's what they had to fly into Nashville. You're not even supposed to be going yet. Just wait.
I think they was in Memphis.
That's what I'm saying. But the point is, they're going to Arkansas or Kansas, somewhere remote. And I'm like, you haven't even seen nothing yet. At least you're going to be sitting down at this restaurant, eating good barbecue, whatever. But wait till you go to this country. I'm not going to say backwood, but that's what it's giving. Wait till you get out there, where Devin herself said there's no Korean grocery stores, nothing of culture anywhere in the area. So if he thinks Memphis is tough, you just wait.
You better order all that off Amazon. He go out to Amazon it.
So, but I think that was nice that Devin's parents are happy that, Nick is real and that their daughter is in a real relationship. But the parents were apprehensive because they're like, well, now they have to live with us. So any unknowns?
How old is she?
Devin is, I have their picture up. Let me see. Devin is 23.
And he 30?
Yeah.
You ain't 30 coming to live with me, bro. I don't care if you is coming from overseas. Y'all need to have that figured out. Y'all not playing house in my house.
Exactly. So,
Mm-mm.
well, there weren't too much of their scenes, but it looks like next week when he's out at a barbecue in the backyard and he's being asked questions and he's, saying like, oh, calling her piggy, and the dad is like, that's not nice to say. So he's gonna find out real quick because he's
Oh, he
out.
kept saying Americans was fat. I'm like, bro, you not skinny though.
Well, hey, that's what he says. I don't know. All right. So, anyways, let's move to your personal favorite, Gino and Jasmine. So Jasmine is back from her spa day with Gino's sister-in-law. So Jasmine found out that Gino had a bachelor party one day before she came. So here comes Jasmine up the stairs with her head down low, talking about, so Gino, tell me what you was doing the day before I got here, Gino. He's like, what I was doing? Ooh, I don't even remember what I was doing. I'm like, come on, Gino. You know what the bachelor party, and then Shady Productions showed the clips, right? So now here's the thing: is the hat glue? So I read comments. Is the hat glued on? Because it didn't move when he was on the floor. Didn't move when he was on the chair. Didn't move when he was doing whatever he was trying to do.
That's because he put his on tight.
Anyways, the point is, why is Jasmine always crying and always toxic, talking about I want to go home to Panama? Gino should have sent her home the first time, in my opinion. He should have sent her home because over and over, any little thing he does that she don't like is always going to be his fault for making her feel bad. How does that work? How does it work, Gino? Right? So since he had the bachelor party, she can't trust him. He cheated on her. I can't trust you. I want to go home, me and my dog. I'm like, we can't do this every week. We can't. It's going to be end up skipping them because we can't have this headache every week watching Jasmine cry. What y'all think?
I just say send her back home, man. Look, like if you go back home, delete me. You not coming back. I'm not doing it again. I'm not paying for your ticket. If you come back, you're gonna do all the paperwork. You gonna do everything by yourself. I'm not doing it. No. Right. You over here, you just mad about something done. Even though Gino be lying.
Yeah.
So it kind of be like, come on, Gino, why you just didn't tell her? Yeah, I got a couple lap dances. I mean, it's a bachelor party. That's what we do in America. That's not cheating.
Right. But Jasmine wanted to host the bachelor party. That's her issue. I mean, I guess some people do host the bachelor party, but
for Gino,
it's not the norm. Yes. It's not the norm.
But his family did it for him. He didn't just go to the strip club. They had a bachelor party for him. So It's kind of out of his control. And that'd be crazy for him to say, I'm not going because of her. She ain't even over here.
Right. Dolores says, I see you backstage too. Dolores says, Jasmine's a big time manipulator. She really does not want to go home. And then Phil Foster Dog Mom says, but Gino did get a little salty in that episode. Loved it. Yeah, he tries to get it salty, but it's not spicy. He need to get spicy and send her packing. But I did see on my feed that it said that they were married in June of this year. So apparently Jasmine didn't go home. She got exactly what she wanted. Are you ready backstage? Okay. Oh, you didn't have to join. Thank you.
Listen, after being in.
Okay.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
We glad to see you.
We're going to talk about it.
Hope everything work out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what do you think about your fellow area mates, Gino and Jasmine?
Listen, Gino was trying it to get with her, but soon he's going to be like, I'm sorry, and it's all going to be his fault. And I'm like, why is she crying? Because he went to a strip club. It's not that serious. She should go with him. She'll probably have a good time.
Well, she wasn't here yet. She wasn't here.
Yeah. Well, now she's here. She should go with him. Call Jovi. Jovi will take you to a good strip club.
Oh,
there's some good strip, and there's some good ones here in the city. I should take her to one out here in my city. It's a good one.
No,
so I've heard.
She's like, oh, so Gino, you looking at them? You don't want me, Gino?
No, she really gonna go to the Detroit strip clubs and be like, yeah, your butt small, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
Oh no,
do
there's
that.
one out here in my city that's literally 2 miles from me.
Okay.
Wagon wheels. She
Called the
gonna
Flight
find out
Club.
real quick.
Oh.
Hmm.
Flight Club.
Yeah,
I might have
the
to go over
Flight Club.
there.
Oh, I'm trying to think how close the nearest one is to me. It's close.
It should be
I was
close.
tempted to go while I was out there too, but I didn't know where to go. I was
Should have
I
like,
mean, they're in
called me.
neighborhoods. They're in different neighborhoods and different places, all kind of stuff. You'd be
next
surprised.
time I come, I'm coming down. I'm going.
Okay. Yeah, right. So let's move on from them because really they don't have too much of a storyline to me. It's just
Mm-mm.
back and forth of whatever. Okay, so real quick, how about Nikki and Igor / Justin? Now let me say I was surprised that Igor / Justin's mom looked the way that she looked. I wasn't expecting her to look modern and more hip, or
Yeah,
I don't know, because he made it seem like she was like from
an
like a
old
Young.
fogey.
broke down and still like wearing like an apron dress and just like,
And a moo.
yeah, that's how he made her seem. But mom had her hair in and everything too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
why is it that they cannot go anywhere without an argument though? You know what I'm saying? They had to get themselves together before, well, mainly Nikki, before they got to the house. But when they got there, the mother was welcoming, the mother remembered. And I'm surprised the mom still had pictures. Because see, I'm not that
Yeah.
type of mom. I'm just gonna be point blank. You with my kids or me, and it don't go right, there's no pictures of you. Why would I, as a mother,
Mm-mm.
still have a picture of you from back then? And you
I
heard
mean, it was like 16 years ago when pictures, like actual pictures, was like
I
a
know, but I'm
thing.
not having
Now it's
Yeah,
just
we ain't
like
keeping them.
delete. So I can see how them pictures got a loss, or she maybe ain't got that pictures of him like as a grown man. Maybe
No,
she
I
ain't got
understand
that
that.
many.
I understand it, but like, I'm with it. It's either here or there, black or white. I'm like, nah, I don't need that. But anyways, it was
And
cool.
Nikki didn't look half bad back in the day. She made it seem like she really looks like a lumberjack. That's why I was like, you don't look like a lumberjack in that picture.
Right.
Like as soon as she
That-
said the picture, I said, "Ooh, I can't wait to see it."
Yeah, she was still the same frame. You know, she didn't have all the cosmetic surgery and
Should
the
have stopped right there.
advancements,
She
but
she should have.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And he looked like Eminem.
right versus
Yeah.
Justin Bieber. Yeah,
Yeah, he looked like Eminem.
he looked like a good Marshall Mathers.
More like Nickelback.
Nickelback.
Yeah,
Well,
like Justin Timberlake. Have y'all seen? Are y'all looking at the same Justin?
maybe that's what she sees in her eyes. Beauty is not the beholder, so whatever she sees is what she sees. Well, I was surprised that the mom said that she remembers everything, events from back then, but she's willing to move on and forgive. I mean, he made it seem like this was it. Like, yeah, you can meet my family, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Right.
expect nothing. But she was more upfront than I really thought she would be. And yes, she's concerned if he goes back with Nikki to America or they get married or whatever because of what happened before. She said that his mental health took a hit for a good 2 years. So she's still concerned about this. So, and to be honest, we've talked about it every episode. Well, at least I have, that it doesn't seem like he's gotten over it a little bit, but he hasn't finished the circle. He hadn't completed the circle when it comes to the relationship, just based off of Nikki and her conversation, having intimacy time and stuff like that. So,
All right.
Phil Foster Dog Mom says Igor's mom looked like Nikki May look in her 80s. Broke down. No. I think Igor's mom looks pretty good. If he's 30 something, she gotta be
pretty.
Like,
she was a nice looking lady.
Yeah.
Stepdad was just.
she
I
looked
think
bad.
he was the. I think the stepdad was the more reserved one because he.
Well, because we
Like,
really
so
don't
she
know.
lived. Oh, thank God that made it.
Yeah, I mean, you really don't know what to say, honestly, because one,
Right.
you're on camera, and two, you want to be at least respectful. You know what I'm saying, on camera, because you know the situation. It's not like it's 15 years ago and they just found out, like, you know, I'm trans or whatever. So,
But why is he still so weird about her touching him? Like, okay, you making this your girl, and you bring your girl to meet your mama. Like, what's the problem? Like, why you acting weird? You always trying to be sexual. Like, dude, that's what women do. even if she
Well,
was a natural born, when women touch on my wife just touches on me or just touch my leg, everything ain't sexual. I think you just reacting like, what are you doing? Like,
well,
Don't touch me there.
you just made the point without, I think, you realizing you made the point. He's reactive because he still has those memories from back in the day. That's what I'm saying. He hadn't completed the circle yet. His mind and his heart don't match. You know what I'm saying? His heart may be like, yes, I love her, but my mind is still like, she told me she's previously a man. You know what I'm saying?
Have you seen her hands?
I won't get into that because I don't want to have to mute nobody's mic.
yeah.
So, anyways, let's move on from them. Anyway, all right, so let's go to Clayton and Anali. Clayton is back being spicy in IG, not with me though, because I haven't responded to him, but just in general, the things he's posting. I think well, a lot of them do, so it's not just him. A lot of them feel like they're already stars because they're a 90-day. And I'm here to tell you, Clayton,
You are not.
Team is about to be up as soon as this season's over because it's going to be on to the next.
And
Anyway,
do your mama still live in the closet? Because if your mama still live in the closet, you ain't made it.
No.
Right.
And why the mama can't live with the sister? Every time I see the sister, I'll just be like, why is she in his closet?
The sister is smart. She's like, oh no, you put up with that. I'm not. And I think she did at one point. I think she did.
You know what? Excuse me. I think she did too, because I think they said that. But remember, the mom is a low-key hoarder. People don't want that in their house.
You said low-key? She whore. Wide court. She gone.
Well, I'm just saying, same thing. That's probably why, she don't want her in the house. But Clayton has brought out the kiddie pool to bathe the guinea pigs. I said, now, I thought I saw it all on this 90-day show. I'm not bathing. First of all, I didn't even know you could do that. I just thought they clean themselves naturally, just like a cat, a dog. You know what I'm saying? A guinea pig pool to wash, give him a bath in, and he thinks that Anali wants to do this too. Anali is being nice, okay? She's
like, I want to eat this thing. We eat these. I'm glad it was the kiddie pool and not the sink.
Why would you do it in a living room, though? You got a balcony.
Maybe they'll run when they get out and they run and fall off the balcony.
They don't run that fast.
I don't know why they didn't.
I ain't never had one. I always wanted one. I can't get nothing in that now. I guess it's a fish and that's it.
That's it. Anyways, well, the conversation turns to the sister Brandy about, how things turned because Brandy thinks she's here for a green card. And, in confessional, Anali was like, Brandy don't know me. I'm not gonna let nobody walk over me. I'm not here for a green card. And I'm like, okay, if you're not here for a green card, why don't your daddy know where you at? Okay, because when she went to talk to her mother, how come her mom knows where she is but not her dad? Did that seem odd to anybody but me?
No.
Like, who is your daddy? Is he like something of some substance out there? Like, who is he?
I don't know. Real quick, Phil Foster Dog Mom says Clayton's sister lived with mom, but she started acting up and there was a split. Remember, mom is saving up to move. Yeah, but mom's been there 3 years though.
She's been saving for 3 years. What's she trying to move to Africa?
So I don't know. Maybe mom
only got 2 stimulus checks and everything. She ain't saving to go nowhere.
I'm gonna say maybe mom only has one income because she doesn't give like she's working. She gives like maybe she collects something for whatever, Social Security, disability, whatever. She don't give like she worked because if she worked, why would you be in the closet?
Kentucky is not expensive as Ohio. I'm not trying to say that it's dirt cheap, but it's not. It don't cost that much, especially if where they live in that. She can find she must ain't got no job, or that's just his excuse. Just say you want to live with your mom because it ain't making no sense.
Right, that's it. Or
She's probably just a hoarder, and she probably got evicted, and she probably can't go nowhere.
That's true too. That makes sense. Yeah. So, anyways, during the episode after Anali talks with her mom's in delicate health, so that means her mom, probably has health issues as well. So they go meet up with Brandy to pick apples, and Brandy apologizes. And when Anali talks about how her mom is not doing good, then Brandy breaks down in tears. And I'm like, why is that making you upset? Because, here's my thing. I'm gonna go off a little bit. If what you say isn't offensive and you're standing on your truth, you're truly asking a question, why do you have to apologize to someone if you're truly asking a question? You know what I'm saying? She says, so are you here for a green card? If the answer is no, then the answer is no. I have to take what you say as face value, even though I may think otherwise. So I don't understand what the big deal is with that situation where they, flip the script like the sister was wrong to ask questions. Because just like I said to Clayton last week on IG, it gave that the sister had no idea who she was, just like the daddy don't know who you are. It's the same thing. That's just me. Sorry, went off on a rant. Anyways, so now after all that, Clayton, I'm gonna need Clayton to
spice it up a little bit.
Well, not with his chit chat though. In everything else, spice it up, do better.
He needs to watch some videos.
Yeah, videos. Get some not none of your mama crackers though; those are expired. Get some nice little cheese and crackers. Get some little wine, some fruit or something. Because how you gonna go to a hotel for some sexy time? Gonna talk about, oh yeah, we haven't had sex or nothing. So he gets the candles. I got the flickering candles too. I like mine. They give ambiance. Okay. But you set up candles, you'll have no roses, no flowers, no blanket, no food, no nothing. Then you're gonna text your fiance to talk about, I'm ready now. You laying on the bed with your dirty socks. You don't even go get her to even make it sweet and romantic.
And you in your jeans, boy. You trying to get some. You trying to get something. You could at least have no shirt on, your boxers.
Something.
Right.
And she said he looked like a cow.
Right. And you got to set the vibe. Like, you should have.
No music.
Turn the lights off, make it dim.
I mean, in the car. Like, hey, when we get up here,
Yeah, exactly. Well, she know what she was going for. Well, at least he should have told her why we're going. But the thing is, and then you brought, just like Phil Foster Dog Mom said, you brought your Rubik's Cube just in case what? And
it was already done. How you gonna undo it to redo it?
I saw that was already done. I'm like, who brings a Rubik? Who brings any games? We're not playing no games for real.
No. But she told him, "Oh, we going to sleep."
Right. He said, "Huh? Cheeky? Yeah, cheeky going to bed." With no shower too. So Clayton, you need to do better all around.
But I think it was just a bad day. First of all, you took her to meet with your sister. She probably already didn't want to do that.
Right.
Then you take her. I'm assuming they probably went to go eat somewhere. It was just a bad day. And she was worrying about her mom. Why did you think sex was on the table?
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't read the room well.
At all.
He just wants to be happy.
And you ain't even go get no live suite, no nothing. Something gorgeous. You got a basic room. You were supposed to go all out. We want the king suite on the second floor down the hallway under the pool.
Right.
No.
With the jacuzzi tub.
They had the Super 8 or at the Night's Inn.
That ain't look like no bomb hotel. And I can tell by the elevator.
Right. That's why she said we're going to bed. And I had to walk in here to see this. You didn't do nothing but put these out and lay on the bed.
$3 tree candles. Man.
You didn't do nothing.
Anyway, nothing at all.
All right, let's move on from them. So next is Manuel and Ashley. Now, listen.
Who's Manuel? Oh, okay.
To the drama. This one was so boring to me. I was like,
that's the I'm gonna skip past the coffee and all that dumb conversation in the beginning for me. But let me say something. If Ashley didn't already scream messy when she called her sister while he was sitting in the car next to her, knowing he don't speak English, but he knows the word coffee or however she said it. If that's not messy, this is not your soulmate, this is not the one for you on both ends, I don't know what is. Because if she is messy enough to talk to her sister about anything as trivial as this in front of you, as if you're not there, imagine what she would do when you're married. Because she already don't want nobody calling her phone. She already don't want you doing nothing. What y'all think about Ashley in this situation? I was really looked at her like, girl, you are doing the most. What y'all think?
I was just trying to figure out, like, I know you wanted to skip past the coffee, but that
You
was a
can.
lot. Ma'am, you got a big ball jar of coffee, espresso. Then you got you a Starbucks espresso can.
Okay.
How much coffee do you do? Are you going to work? You about to work third shift? Was you
No.
just working and you barely got your eyes open? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's too
That's
much.
a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
It,
I know
and she
you buy a bunch of tissue because you got to be on the toilet. That's a lot of coffee, a lot of sugar. Like, what are you doing?
right. I mean, to me, I mean, she want to drink coffee. I don't care about that. I work with people. That's all they drank was coffee. That's it.
I mean, my
Coffee.
wife is an avid coffee drinker. Will get up, oh, it's double points today. Like, she's one of those.
Uh-huh.
But if I see her with a espresso can and some coffee, I'm like, are you okay?
Right. Well, I mean, Manuel has a point of how much money she's spending, but I mean, to me, what tipped it was that conversation while he's sitting there in English talking to her sister on the phone.
Like, you
That,
could tell by the energy somebody talking about you. Just like if you go get your feet done. Look
yeah, you can
at
tell.
my feet, they start getting weak.
Yeah,
Right.
you can tell. But also, too, what do you think about when they went up to meet the friends that we seen in like 2 episodes ago? How her friend, and I said this before, that with that first interaction with the friends, just with the things they were saying in confession, like, oh yeah, we heard he's messy or he's frugal or whatever, not financially stable. But for her friend to be like, oh, so what about the money you send to your family? I'm like, how was this your conversation to even say? I think Ashley should have shut that down, but since Ashley is messy too, she didn't see
Mm-hmm.
anything wrong with that.
Yeah, because it's easy for her friend to be the bad guy because so then she go home. Like, you let your friend, well, I didn't tell her to say that, even though you probably didn't talk to her about all your big. First of all, your friend overstepping her boundaries. Ma'am, don't question what's going on at our house. This
Yeah,
your friend. I don't know you like that for you to question. And yes, we gonna send money back to my children. Those are my kids. Ashley want to be a stepmother. Do your job. You got to make sure your stepkids all right. They ain't supposed to do. They ain't supposed to get nothing from their daddy. You knew coming up here he couldn't work, so that means his bills is your bills until he get on his feet, right?
right. Cynthia says Manuel has a quick temper. He does, but I could also see
Yeah.
how, Ashley's not helping him in that
But you got
situation.
to deal with Ashley all day. So do he really got a temper? She probably start from the time she up burning stuff early in the morning, setting off fire. She
Just
just get on your nerves.
yeah. So he was like, so she could spend $80 or $100 on the vet, but I can't send money to my family back home. He gets up and he leaves. And that's what people do. They send money back home.
Mm-hmm.
That's the norm. So if
I
you're not,
wonder if she knew that going in though.
I personally don't think she cares. She don't give me, she cares. She only cares about Ashley. She don't, if it's not Ashley first in her world, she doesn't have too much empathy for anybody else if it doesn't fall along what she wants to do. She don't give me that energy at all. Because if she did for me, I mean, they're already in counseling and she's complaining about that in counseling. I'm like, he just got here. What do you mean? He
And
literally just
I'm
got
glad. I'm glad he got up from that table though. I was with him on that. I'm out of here, man. I'm gonna finish my drink. You know
Right.
what? You could kick your pillow and your blanket. I'm out. I don't got time for this. I don't even know these people. I can't even understand what they saying. All I know is they question my money, and I'm trying to figure out why don't all these people use the translator app? I'm not translating. You better get on the app. Tell my hey, y'all want to talk to Manuel? Use the app.
yeah. Well, her friend, the lady, she knows Spanish. She spoke to him in Spanish, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Anyways, Phil Foster Dog Mom says, I believe Manuel loves to get a rise out of her until she gets in his business. I don't know. I just think I have to agree with you, Devontae.
Yeah.
I think she starts from the time she gets up. Because from the moment we've seen Ashley, she's always been on this level. She hadn't like brought it down yet. Because remember last week, even production was like, an hour ago, you guys were just going at it. She's like, oh, because we had sex. She's, I don't know. That's Ashley to me. All right, so that's the end of that episode. So moving to 90 Day the Other Way, season 5, episode 21, and it was the finale last night because next week starts the part 3 tell all. So
ooh, I can't wait.
we have Brandon and
Oh,
Mary.
it's 3 parts.
Brandon and Mary, Danielle and Yohan, Sarper, Shekina, Kim and TJ. So let's start with Brandon and Mary. Their wedding went off, but them Beatles from the Bible came out. I know this different.
Listen.
Go ahead.
We all know it's doomed.
It's a
This
sign.
is a whole plague in the Bible.
It was definitely a plague going on. Brandon's mom was having a panic attack. I think I would have too, honestly.
I would have too.
I was in there watching it and I was like doing that to myself. I'm like, what does that mean? And I'm not usually that type of person.
I mean, yeah, that was an infestation. That wasn't no regular, like, it's just a few cicadas. It was like everywhere on the food. And they said they was getting bit. Oh no! I'd be like, oh!
Yeah.
Somebody get the
I would have been coming out of clothes.
Who got a lighter?
Yeah. I would have been straight coming out of clothes.
Right, because Mary said that
I'd have been in the van as soon as I seen the swarm.
because they were telling cameraman turn the light off because they're attracted to light. And then Mary said she was getting bit under her gown. I'm like, you can't be getting bit. You pregnant. Them things may be carrying something.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
And nobody really checked on her about that though. That's crazy.
I mean, unless it's something that naturally occurs in her neck of the woods.
Mary said that wasn't normal.
Oh well.
Because the mom was like, "Was this normal?" And she was like, "No."
Well, she should have took that gown off. Like I said, the last person to be getting bit is her. It's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so that's what happened with that. Brenda's mom had an anxiety attack. He talked his mom off the ledge, which was nice because that showed how Brandon could be a little bit compassionate, right? But then at the end of the episode, they're seen. I mean, they had the cake and they were picking the bugs off the cake. And Brandon offered his mama some. She said no. I wouldn't even say that. I'm like, you know better.
I was like, no, no, they're not. Ugh.
So, yeah.
He even washed his hands. He was just picking them off.
Exactly.
I was like, oh, nah.
Right. But
I mean, at this rate, where they live at, how they live it, hey.
It's probably a delicatessen.
Ain't even a 5-second. Right. They might just like, beetle not bad. Just eat protein.
It's protein.
I guess, yeah. But Mary and Brandon talk about their future and how it was a fresh start. I'm like, the fresh start is getting married. I'm like, okay, if you say so. If you say so.
The way y'all got married, that is not good.
All right.
Family ain't getting along. Y'all not getting along. He playing the game still. Ain't got no job. Pawpaw don't like him for real.
That's why the tell-all is going to be, hopefully they bring it on the tell-all. They're still sitting together, which means he's still in the Philippines. All right, so let's move to Danielle and Yohan. Now, I even typed this out. I said, I hate to say this, but Danielle finally had a storyline. Not in a good way, but it was finally something interesting about her and Yohan.
Told you so.
Yohan, this whole entire time, has been cheating with somebody else since a month before they got married.
I wonder if she's in America.
I think she's in America because I saw something that said that she was doing something in some restaurant before Thanksgiving in New York.
No, I'm talking about the girlfriend.
Why wouldn't she be?
Because I know she said that she came to the house when she was on a retreat or something. I was like,
hold on a second. Hold on. Let me mute myself. Let me talk to Millennial real quick. Hold on.
I was like, say what?
I think
You
she
came
is
to
in
this woman's
America.
house? Yeah. And then he wanted her to pay
she
for
came
her
to
divorce.
their house?
Yes.
Oh, he disrespectful. So what did she do with the retreats?
She was at a retreat. And she came
for
to
pleasure?
the house. Say that again?
Or does she I said for pleasure, or does she run the retreats like that's a job?
I don't know what she do at the retreat. But I think because she's going to a retreat now when she's packing. So I don't know if she said she want to be there at the retreat and then she's going to figure out what she's doing.
Well, all I got to say is Yohan is out of line because Danielle said that while she was giving the gifts out to the kids in the neighborhood on the last week's episode, it's not funny. I'm laughing at this sarcasm. He was receiving, Yohan was sending her pics of his privates. I said, why are you giving out before you even argued about the money, about the kids and the present you had to pick up? So who was sending the presents? Oh, girl, whatever her name is.
That was his out. He created that fight.
You think so?
Oh yeah, that was his out.
Dolores says, I'm glad he left. I'm glad Yohan left. Not surprised he had another lady. I'm not surprised either because he really wanted to be in the States. But Danielle said, it is not a flex messaging me to tell me that, asking me if I'm divorced and you want to be here with my husband and this and that. She's like, no, that's not how it's going to go down. She goes, this is my spot. And I'm like, Danielle, I really hope that you mean this. And if it is your spot, he don't sign it. Girl, get out of there. Pay off the lease and be about your business. Because Yohan said, in my opinion, he's coming to the United States no matter what, no matter how. And I personally think that Yohan may have had somebody else too, because when Danielle told him that, she wanted to stay in Dominican, he was like, oh no, like this is not what I want to do. This is what you want to do. So, but he was wrong though. Wrong. 2 years, the whole relationship. Phil Foster Dog Mom says Yohan is wrong. That's why he took money from the account when Danielle was on the retreat to feed the side chick. Yes. So.
Now it makes sense. Yeah. So how she didn't know?
But he was getting money from 4 or 5 different women.
Yeah. That's
when he was. Why he get money from her at the beginning?
She claims not. She claims she only did it for the restaurant or the meat market, but that was about it. I don't know.
Well, maybe he been doing this and he was getting money from some other girl, broke her heart to get with you. Then now he did what he did to her to you. It sounds like it's a cycle. You just the only one that married him.
I read that before I came on, there was like, that's Yohan and Pedro for you, the Dominican boys. So that's what they said. Don't mess with the Dominican. Anyways, well, does anyone feel sad for Danielle? Because she should have known.
I mean, I feel like he shouldn't have treated her that bad. Like, she was down for you. But at the same time, it's just like, you was over here bragging about, your stallion. Well, ain't looking too good.
Yeah. Your stallion is now a pony.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's move to Shekina.
You ain't the only one riding that ride.
Okay.
Sarper and Shekina. So she's back at the apartment because she got upset about Sarper talking about he want babies now. And let me say, Sarper, he can't keep using the excuse that, he's blunt. This is how he feels. He doesn't know English well. What you're saying is wrong. I don't care what language it is. Your body language, everything else. And then to tell her that he would, like, if you leave, I'm going to just forget about you, delete you in 2 days as if you don't exist. On to the next. I said, oh my goodness. And Shekina, this is what you want, though? This is what you want.
Yeah.
She's too old to want that. So she's
low self-esteem.
No self-esteem.
No self-esteem.
She's packing her stuff. All. And he's talking about
packing too slow.
Right. Talk about, you giving me anxiety. She said, your anxiety. I felt that one. Your anxiety. You the one telling me you're going to delete me. I'm like, exactly. That's exactly what's happening. And so she kind of packs her things. And I'm surprised that she did. I really thought that maybe she could get talked into whatever. And she packed her stuff. And 2 days later, she said, Sarper came back all dressed to the nines with roses and everything else. Probably like throwing rocks at the hotel window.
He told her to look outside.
Yeah.
Look out her window.
And to me, this is another thing for me. If you really want time and space, why are you telling them where you are? Take the time and the space. Take it. Now Sophie She's 23. She can make that mistake. Shekina is 40, right? I don't know.
She old enough to know better.
Exactly. Take your time and space. So again, another situation. That's all that it took. That's all it took. Was for, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I want to be with you. You are more important than the baby, and here we are. So I don't know. I didn't buy it because I'm like, it's going to happen again.
I don't buy it.
It's going to happen again.
My take on it is, no, well, I got to send you that link so you can see. But my take on it is, she said that she was leaving. And so now that demasculates him, if that's a word. And then, but if he put her out, then he wins. Because she was leaving, and he's used to always getting his way. And he wasn't getting his way with her. So now it's like, hold on, let me go ahead and reel her back in.
Right.
And say, I don't want this baby. You do, because your mama and your daddy said that's what she here for. And we already know, because I sent you the link, we already know what you here for, Sarper. Right. You trying to find your kid.
Right.
So,
thank you.
But it's like, if the tables was reversed, it would be totally different. Totally different. But because she had the upper hand on him, he's like, oh, no, you're not winning.
And I will say, I tried to get the clip for the reunion for next week, but it wasn't downloaded in time so we could see what was going on, because it looks like, just skipping ahead a little bit, that Shekina and Kim, that's up next, Kim and TJ, get into it. I'm looking forward to that. Now, I'm going to read the comment by Phil Foster Dog Mom, then we're going to roll into Kim and TJ. She says, Shekina was read by Phil by many because she doesn't want her kids and doesn't parent her own child. Exact. I heard that, Phil Foster Dog Mom. I was listening to that today. Matter of fact, I was on the actual IG stream when it happened a couple days ago. Because I was like, I heard her. She called. Did you see it, Tamika or Devontae?
What?
Send me that link.
On the IG stream when Kim and TJ's clip we're going to talk about when she's screaming on top of her lungs was on IG, and Shekina posted the word unhinged. And then people went in on her as like, you got your nerve when XY. It's a big to-do on IG right now. Yes.
Oh, I got to go find it.
Yes. Well, yeah. Unhinged. And then there was another clip where, matter of fact, it was from, she posted, when I saw it today, it was from yesterday, where I'm not sure when it was taken, where Shekina and Sarper are out at a restaurant, and I did comment, he's feeding her like, those lava cakes. He's feeding her a lava cake. And I commented like, girl, do you realize that's more than 300 calories for the day? And I didn't get a response, but there's other people saying that too. Like, are you sure you can eat that? So, but anyways, all right, let's move to Kim and TJ. So TJ is at breakfast with his mom and Yash. And let me just say, is it me or does Yash, TJ's brother, just has this like matter of fact look on like, I told you so, like he's smirking. He's like,
all the time.
Right? Because the mom is like, so why is Kim still upstairs and she doesn't come down to eat with us? And TJ's making excuses for her yet again. He's saying that, well, she doesn't like to eat rice and lentils and whatever else, they eat traditionally every day. And I'm thinking they don't eat anything. I mean, there's nothing. She can't have garlic and onions, I get, but there's nothing else like fruit or something. It's tropical over there, right? They don't have fruit access.
She's traumatized from the cow pies.
There it is. That's what it is.
I wouldn't want to eat none of that either, unless I made it.
Excuse me. Yes. And so the point is, TJ is trying to tell his mom and his brother that she doesn't want to eat this meal, and she's not comfortable speaking the Hindu language, and she just, she's still trying to get adjusted. I'm like, adjusted? She was supposed to be in the kitchen making the meal. Remember? That's her duty, to be in there. Mom, it's time to cooking. Mom, it's time. He got married. Now it's time for mom to relax. this is what the daughter-in-law does, right? So anyways, TJ said that he will talk to her, but that was after the smirk from Yash, like, like she just spent her time, like, yeah, mom, she spends all her time up there. Now, when he goes up there to talk to Kim, before we see him actually go up there, she's in confessional telling us that she's having mental health breakdown. She doesn't have anyone to talk to. You know, she feels like her and TJ aren't getting along. I'm like, you weren't getting along before you got married.
Exactly.
So you think that getting married was going to prevent this, right? But one interesting thing that she did say was that in order to get to the roof, so I guess maybe they spend time on the roof, maybe there's a balcony up there, people sit outside. You got to get through their apartment to get to the roof, and she wants people to ring the doorbell. And I'm like, well, that's different. So they just walk in the door without saying nothing, so she could be like in the bathroom and nude and stuff like that. I'm like, well, that's different. I think now I can see why she would be upset with that. So she said she gets looks from the family when she asked them, can you please, you know, let me know you're coming? So, well, here comes TJ, and he's asking her, what's the matter? Now, is it just me, or did TJ come in with a little bit of an attitude when he came to talk to Kim?
Yeah.
He didn't come in with the best, like, hey, babe, how you doing? You know, you can come downstairs to eat, stuff like that. He was like, oh, so you come down to eat. You know what I'm saying? He just started off at a certain level, kind of like how Ashley and Manuel, how she starts out at a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
Up here, too. You know what I'm saying? So
it's because he's getting it from both ends. But at the end of the day, bro, you got to protect your wife. You married now. I don't know how their culture is, because usually in America, once you get married, your wife, then your family. Now I don't know what it is like over there. Like maybe
well, I mean,
family over everything.
your wife has now become, you know, with you, head of the table. She's your family too, but you still don't like take away your family, you know, because you're married now. They just are in a different position. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
over there, she was expected to come in there. I had to put the emphasis, expected to go in there to cook, clean, everything else for the family. That's her new role, her new position. But Kim is up in the room because she don't want to be doing that in the first place. She said she didn't cook. She said she didn't do dishes. Remember that a couple weeks ago? She's like, I don't do dishes. She'll do none of that. So
It's like, that's what a dishwasher's for.
Yeah, why would you get you a untraditional wife and then expect her to go to your blend in with your traditional customs? It just doesn't make any sense. And I don't feel like he had his wife back at all. You just letting them talk about your wife. At the end of the day, you could have just said, Mom, look, the reason she don't come down here because she don't really feel welcome, and she's still getting used to it. You know, she don't want to eat that. She want bacon and eggs. She don't know what none of this crap is.
He's not going to do that.
he's
Because
not
now
gonna
he's going against his family.
Exactly.
And going against the religion and going against the customs, because she's in their country. So she needs to follow their customs. She's not in America. So she has to get that American mentality out. Not that it's right or wrong, but that's how it is.
I'm about to say, she better not say no bacon and eggs. She better not.
Oh, you can't eat the cow. Oh.
I don't
got to do with the cow.
I'm not saying that. Yeah, they ain't got bacon ain't coming from the cow, I don't think.
No, it's from
Let me just.
No, but do they eat pork? I don't think they eat. I think they're vegetarian.
I don't think they eat pork.
So that's what I'm saying. You better not say no bacon and eggs.
Yeah, and then the cow is like a
chicken.
Yeah, the cow is like at the top, they worship the cow.
Yeah. No, they're vegetarian over there. A lot of them are vegetarian, so there's no animal products at all. But
well, they can eat the cow poo, but that's about it.
So as the conversation continues, Kim is saying how she's depressed, this and that. But I'm not sure where TJ got depressed from. She wanted to go back home. She wanted to end the relationship. I'm like, she's not saying that. She said she's depressed. She don't feel heard. She don't feel like she's supported. He's like, oh, so you don't want to stay here? You want to go back? You just go back? I'm like, what? This is why Kim is depressed. I'm never on Kim's side. Never on Kim's side at all. I'm like, so this is what she means. He don't listen. And he's not listening. But then again, that's where the culture comes in, where the men are in charge and the women are a step behind. And
Right.
what's expected is this. He said, I work, I do all these other things. I can't be around you. You know, you're supposed to take care of the man. What is your responsibility as a wife? So that's
And
what
he was rude when she was like, you know, I need you for better, for worse, and I need you to do. He's like, I'm not doing that. I was in the hospital like, oh, he an asshole.
Yeah.
People around me because I'm watching it. I was like, oops, my bad.
And she's like, could you just hug me? I'm not doing that. I rewind that part so many times.
Oh, you
I'm
did?
not doing that. The way it says, she's
Hilarious.
like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Say that to Mrs. Cannon. Let us see what happens.
Yeah.
We need Jenny and Submit on this reunion.
I hope so. I hope they do a
Yes.
them. But when Kim was like, I can't, and she hit that scream. Now I rewinded that a couple times because I'm like,
Me too.
And she was like,
the look he gave, he was like, I was like, yeah.
I don't want to leave it. This one, I just can't.
I thought that little thing on her forehead was about to pop off.
She was shaking and trembling. I'm like, she's really like exploding here. You saw it in real time, her exploding, because just all her veins are just like, you know, kind of, I'm not saying she's a toddler, but you know how like some little kids that just can't get their way, they just like, like that.
Hey, it would have been so funny if the camera would have panned and the family would have been on the steps like.
Well, no, they don't have to be.
And then they heard TJ. Then they heard TJ coming, and they was all, "Mama, go!"
No, Devontae. They're downstairs, and there's not a good window covering like where you live. It's open.
Yeah, they heard everything.
Heard it. The neighborhood, because I think that's why TJ Herban went downstairs, not just because he was like, "What is happening?" Like a Halloween movie or something like. But he went downstairs. He was like, "Oh, I can't do this. You know, she needs to get out of here, or whatever." So now TJ is team family, telling her that she got to go, telling his mom she got to go, and the mom says, "We'll send her back to America then." So
should have never came over.
Y'all think she went back?
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Ma'am, look, Miss Ma'am has a smile.
I guarantee you she came back. Her mental health, it's over. The family don't like you. You ain't going nowhere. Even though I don't understand why you don't go nowhere. Don't you got Indian cell service or whatever they got over there? They got Wi-Fi. I'm pretty sure they be on FaceTime.
Yeah.
So why you can't get the translator out?
Also, another thing that she was saying, like she can't, because Phil Foster Dog Mom says maybe they don't acknowledge mental health issues in their culture. I don't think it's just their culture. I just think it's a worldwide thing that's not recognized, mental health culture. But I'm about to pop it up in a second, the tell-all. When Kim said that she can't talk to anybody except for him because when she's awake, her friends are asleep and vice versa due to the time. And TJ is like, "Oh, maybe you need to stay up at night." I'm like, that's not helpful. That's not.
I mean, what was he supposed to say?
Not you need to stay up.
Why? What? But you're not working. You're just sitting there. Change your hours so you can talk to your friend on Thursdays or something. Don't get mad at me about you can't talk to your friend. You knew you wasn't going to be talking to your friends when you moved to India.
She said she's an early bird and she goes to sleep early.
Wow.
What are you early birding? You don't even go nowhere. You just said it. You ain't doing nothing but watching Netflix. You got all night. You could get up and talk to your friends. What you got to do tomorrow? You ain't helping with the chores. What you using that vacuum for that little piece of carpet? That don't take that long to clean that little apartment.
That was an area rug.
TJ ain't
no
right.
carpet.
TJ ain't never there. You ain't got no kids. You ain't even got no dog. What are you cleaning up behind?
Nothing. Ain't want nothing going in there but dust.
So I'm with TJ on that. You need to stay up at night. You want to talk to your friends. It ain't my fault. I can't. What you want me to go to the axis and change the globe?
I guess. I don't know. Well, that was in the episode. Kimberly screamed like she was, something else.
Yeah.
But I don't have a tell all here, but I do have my screen on the other side of me. I will tell you that, and I forgot about this couple. What's his name? Julio?
Who?
Oh yeah. Julio and that girl, Julio.
They're from Amsterdam.
Oh, they was on this?
The mama's boy.
The mama's boy. They're gonna be on the tell-all.
Yeah, they was there.
I was like,
Oh,
I forgot about them. And then Danielle. Yeah.
Julio. Yeah.
Yeah, Julio. And let me see.
The one from New York. He drove the Ford Explorer.
The one that the family was like, oh, you ain't gonna be playing spades no more. You ain't gonna be doing this no more.
Yeah.
He was like, hold up.
Well, there's a recording of her. I can't think of her name right now because, like I said, they left a long time ago. I forgot they was on the show. He said that she was cheating on him the whole time too. And she's like, what do you mean? He was just my friend. So Julio/Judo said he got a recording. He pulled out his phone and boop, whatever's going to be said is going to be on the tell-all. And she's looking like.
And then Harper and Sarper talking about, I knew it. Like, you
yeah,
would
he
know.
co-signed. Let me tell you something. On
Because
this
Harper, you at 2,600. We already know that.
Right. On this season of 90 Day, on IG, Sarper has been very active, and he's co-signed everything that Gino and Jasmine went through without co-signing his own. Because if y'all remember, he's saying a couple weeks ago, he talked about maybe he should give his bed to Gino and Jasmine. I'm like, nah, that bed need to go to the fire.
Yeah.
So that was in the episode. So the tell-all starts on Sunday, which means I'm going to be live on Monday, the day after.
Okay.
I won't do Tuesday because that'll be too many days in between. So it'll be Monday for the tell-all. And then you all want starting this week for the live for Married at First Sight, or you want to wait till next week?
Listen, we got to see about this that clip you once sent me. I was like, dang, what happened?
Yeah.
After you were in SLUT,
we got to start this week.
Okay.
We got to start because it's been some stuff going on.
All right.
I don't like him. I
don't like man.
I don't like Orion.
But I don't like none of these people. I don't like nobody.
It is a sleeper, but I don't like it's Orion.
Okay, hold on just a second. Let me answer this. Phil Foster Dog Mom. Jenny and Kimberly got into it because Kimberly and TJ was on Instagram about 2 weeks ago saying that Jenny and Sumit's marriage was fake and not real like theirs. That's why they got into it.
If that's a real marriage, I don't want it.
Right.
I don't want either one of them. So,
all right. So, like I said, that was in the episode. Well, I will be live on Thursday for Married at First Sight. It will be the same time that I go live for this show. And then, so next week we'll just do, we'll go to the Monday, Thursday schedule. And then for, because there shouldn't be a Tuesday show because they're on tell-all Sunday. So we'll do Monday show, and then I'll probably make a quick video about the Gino and Jasmine because nothing's happening besides Manuel and Ashley. So okay, so I'll see y'all if you're interested on Thursday, Married at First Sight.
yes.
Thank you everybody who's joined the lives, and everyone have a good evening. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.